Mom covered in thousands of bubble-like tumors from head to toe loses her son to the same condition. A mom covered in thousands of bubble-like tumors has been left devastated after learning she's passed the condition on to her 3 of her 4 kids. Sandra De Santos, who lives in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, has come to terms with her appearance. Sandra De Santos is covered in thousands of bubble-like tumors. The 53-year-old suffers a condition called neurofibromatosis type 1. The 53-year-old who bravely wears a swimsuit on the beach suffers neurofibromatosis type 1, NF1. The genetic condition affects the nervous system and skin, causing tumors to grow along the body's nerves. While the condition itself is relatively common, occurring in around 1 in 3,000 births, such severe cases like Sandra's are less common. She said, "There are moments when I feel sad to see myself in the mirror, or to notice people staring at me on the street, but my family has always supported me." The condition affects the nervous system, causing tumors to grow along the nerves in the body. The tumors cover the 53-year-old's body from top to toe, and devastatingly it has been passed on to 3 of her 4 children. And sadly, Sandra's second child died at age 6, from NF1-related problems. Her son's neurofibroma had turned cancerous, which is now known to occur in up to 10% of neurofibromatosis type 1 sufferers. Sandra said, "I always asked the doctors if it was due to my condition, they said it wasn't related to it." Sandra was devastated to find out her kids are also affected by the genetic condition. But when he died, I read on his death certificate, sarcoma due to neurofibromatosis. I became quite sad for a long time. I have 3 kids, 2 have the condition. But they look to me as an example, so I keep going. Sandra and her parents had no idea that she had any health problems until she reached puberty. Sandra and her husband Jose lost their second child at the age of 6 to the condition, after his tumors turned cancerous. Sandra and her parents had no idea anything was wrong until she hit puberty. Signs of the condition can appear at birth, and include the skin having several pale, coffee color patches called café au lait spots, or the appearance of benign lumps, known as neurofibromas. When Sandra was diagnosed in the 1970s, very little was known about the condition. Every day I woke up, I'd notice a new lump. I saw myself as being different. Sandra De Santos. She said, every day I woke up, I'd notice a new lump. I saw myself as being different. Despite this, nothing's stopped me from doing things. I always dated. I started dating at 17, and I dated a lot. I kissed a lot. I went to the balls a lot. By her mid-20s, Sandra's torso was covered in small tumors, and they had started to grow on her arms and face. It was then she met her husband-to-be, Jose. Every day she would wake up and a new lump would have appeared on her skin, and by her mid-20s her torso was covered in small tumors. Sandra said her husband of 27 years fell in love with her lumps and has always supported her. Sandra said, he fell in love with my lumps. He realized I was really unique and decided to go for it. He stayed with me. We've been together ever since. We dated, got engaged, then married. It's been 27 years. Sandra and Jose's 21-year-old son Sandro is still coming to terms with his increasing number of tumors. A genetic condition that causes tumors to cover the body. Neurofibromatosis type 1 is caused by a gene mutation and causes the growth of tumors along the nerves in the skin, brain and other parts of the body. It affects around 1 in 25,000 people worldwide with varying degrees of severity. Diana Haberkamp, Executive Director of Neurofibromatosis Midwest, said, people can live with this condition if they weren't treated so badly. Any tumor removals, even if it's only a few, can make a person feel emotionally much better and happier about themselves. Some of our community have struggled to find work and have been told that they should be in the circus or freak show, which is horrible. Pain management is also one of main problems of NF. There are people who suffer due to tumors under the skin that aren't visible, which can lead to limb loss and a loss of eyesight too. Specialist treatment is really important as no two tumors behave the same. They can wrap themselves around the organs and it takes a lot of experience to understand them. We dream of a day when we find a cure, but until then we want people have a concept of NF and understand issues caused by the condition. Their youngest, 16-year-old Luana, has several cafe au lait spots, but as of yet, no tumors have developed. Luana said, "I have the same disease my mother does, but it never gets in my way. Mom taught me not to care, to see it as something normal." "If I become like her, I won't care." To date, there is no cure for NF1, the only treatment Sandra has received is tumor removal. Though they look it, Sandra's tumors aren't painful, but when they begin to bother her she does have them removed. Dermatologist, Professor David Islay said, "The most important thing for Sandra is to live her life as normally as possible. With hundreds of tumors it's hard to remove them all. But when she gets bothered by one, she has surgery." Sandra's tumors aren't painful, but they're made of a complex mass of nerve fibers, connective tissue and in the blood vessels. So it hurts to have them dug out. Surgery is performed using local anesthetic. As neurofibromatosis type 1 is such a complex genetic condition, research into finding a cure is still in the early stages. Sandra said, "Of course I want to find a cure. Maybe not for me, but for my children."